Mm-hmm. All right, we good to go.
Yeah. You already know, but it's his though. Yeah. Look. Check it out, y'all. Make sure you all peek the weekly live NFL show and watch it blow with hosts JB Glass and Big Q. You know they are the NFL crew, covering the latest NFL news and covering all the team NFL prospect clues. Keeping the excitement growing light, picking the biggest games of the week. Or who rising to the peak of big and all the stars you can see with the high segment like winners, losers, and like the men. Cause they is all about being around the clock with the comedy style. Top of show and it's giving you the info in a funny way in case you don't know. And you can join the conversation via Twitter using TeamBoydTV Live and get on all the hype. With 1,000 fans, you already know they do it right. And you could also log on to your PC, your Mac or mobile. You already know they got you. The show be airing every Wednesday night, keeping the hype very tight. Being 3 of the highly rated on that YouTube. In case you didn't have a clue, now you know because they doing it so true. All just for you, yeah.
You are now tuned in to the dopest live NFL show on YouTube. This is TeamBoydTV Live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is TeamBoydTV Live. I be your boy, Big Q. I'm joined by my homies, the TeamBoydTV Live crew. JB, what's up, bro? What's going on with you?
Hey, how you doing, man? What's up, Glass? What's up, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook?
Yes. You know what I'm saying, Facebook. What's going on, Glass? What's going on with you, homie?
What's up, man? What's up, fam? Twitter hustlers out there. Everybody on Facebook. Glad to have y'all back for another week.
Absolutely. Listen, now, Glass, we know that you didn't partake. But, you know, as upset as I was last week about them canceling the Hall of Fame game, I got my feel of preseason action, and I saw some things that came to light that, you know, maybe we're probably going to be talking about in depth later on in the season. Because I'm going to say this right now, Glass. I don't know if you saw the news, but there's two things stood out for me. Two main things that stood out for me. Number one, I feel sorry for the Los Angeles Rams. For what they invested in Jared Goff. And look, one preseason game I understand, and he had limited, playing time and all that. I completely get that. But that stood out for me, and we're gonna talk about that for a minute. Also, the New York Jets, man. Fitzpatrick came in and did his thing, all gravy. What stood out for me is what's your boy's name? Number 7, New York Jets.
Brandon Marshall.
No, the quarterback.
Gino,
yes. Gino came out there looking like straight garboosh, right? Got upstaged by the third string quarterback. Craziness, man. Craziness. The other thing was the Carolina Panthers versus JB's Baltimore Ravens. One of the linebackers catch an interception, pick 6, run it back. Cam runs out on the field. They take the touchdown off the scoreboard. Carolina loses the game. It was a lot of talk about Cam Newton running on the field and doing all that. Anyway, but besides all that, we're gonna talk about those things. But we're talking about the NFC North 2016 Divisional breakdown, and we got a few people in the building. So we're gonna be talking about the Chicago Bears, the up and coming Minnesota Vikings, which we got a lot to talk about with them. The Detroit Lions, which we got a lot to talk about, and who am I forgetting? Green Bay Packers, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, fellas, with all that being said, And again, I want to welcome everybody on Facebook to the show and everybody on YouTube, man. Y'all feel free to jump into the comment section. Let us know what's going on. Let us know how y'all feeling, making sure that y'all guys join in the conversation. First thing up to bat, Cam Newton's actions, Glass. I don't know if you saw the highlights. I don't know if you saw the news. I don't know if you saw the debate that went down between Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman about the situation. Say Cam Newton cost his team the game. Now, granted, this was a preseason game. Okay, let's just make sure we be clear about that. Okay, but what I'm saying, what's your reaction to this?
Number one, you know what? Everybody's on Cam Newton, man. My thing is this: they don't give him the respect that he deserves. So I understand he made a brain fart play, cost him a game, even though it's a preseason game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If there's any game to do this in, it's the preseason game, so you know what you can and what you can't do.
Yeah.
But I'm mad at the NFL because they ain't respecting Cam Newton like they supposed to.
Right.
Because we all know about the ESPN quarterback tier that they have.
He's
in tier 2 instead of tier 1.
Which we're going to talk about that on Wednesday morning. But yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
He was the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
He led his team 15-1, made it to the Super Bowl, but he ain't in the first tier.
Yeah. And not to mention, voted number 1 by his peers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, this is the first year EA Sports want to do their own vote instead of giving it to the public, because this year Cam Newton would have made it.
Yep.
Instead, they're going to give it to Rob Gronkowski.
Yep.
So miss me with all that mess, man. Cam Newton, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Forget the people.
JV, look, I know you've seen it from the other side because this was your team. And look, it was a preseason game. Like, first, let's just be clear about that. And, some of your guys didn't play. There was no Steve Smith. He's still nursing injuries. We did get to see Joe Flacco. We did get to see some of your young wide receivers and everything like that. The highlight of the game, though, to me was the fact that, the touchdown did get taken off the board. Anyway, your reaction on the whole deal?
Non-story. First of all, that play did not cost y'all the game.
Right.
Let's be clear. I don't know who watched, who didn't watch. It didn't cost you the game. It was real early. Unfortunately, it was points off the board, but it's a meaningless preseason game.
Right.
Cam Newton being a great teammate toward the second or the backup linebacker behind, two of the greats, so he made a play. He was happy for him. It's a meaningless preseason game. I think building team chemistry, cheering for your teammate in a meaningless game is better than saying you won that game. That
absolutely, it's crazy, man. And I felt like I was going to dive into a little bit deeper on the Black and Blue podcast, but a lot of the talk has been about, and I'm just going to do this and we're going to move on, but about Cam's immaturity, I would say. But we just put Brett Favre in the Hall of Fame. We just put Brett Favre in the Hall of Fame, and he was celebrated for this exact same stuff. He would go and smack his teammates on the butt and lift them up over his shoulder and run around on the side. He would do all the same type of things, but he was celebrated. He got put into the Hall of Fame for this, but Cam, meanwhile, is being vilified for it. But we will talk about that on the Black and Blue podcast. But anyway, moving forward, listen, the Jets, look, I don't know what we're going to do with Geno Smith. I don't know. I'm just saying his performance was just, it was awful. The third string quarterback, what's his name? Petty. So whatever the third string guy's name, came out there and balled out.
Is it Bryce Petty?
Bryce Petty, yeah, that's his name. Came out there and made Geno Smith look like he don't belong. JV, do you still think Geno Smith belongs in the NFL?
It's week 1 of the preseason.
Yeah.
Give me a couple weeks. Give me a couple of weeks, just to be fair. I thought since he had been through things, and I saw a little snippet of him after Fitzpatrick was named a starter.
Yeah.
He felt some kind of way about that, and he said it's fueling him, but in the right way. I would hope that he had came out and did better than what he did this previous weekend, but he did not. So somebody know what they're doing. Even though the Jets are notorious for making the wrong moves, they got that right.
We talking about bobbled snaps. We're talking about interceptions, man. We're talking about typical Geno Smith behavior, Glass. Listen, with that third string guy looking, again, it was week 1 of the preseason, right? So, again, we can't really come to a whole lot of concrete conclusions right now, but at the same time, that just looked crazy to me. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, you just asked a question. I don't know, what should we do with Geno Smith? I know what you should do with Geno Smith.
What's that?
Put him in the same place as Tim Tebow. But like that, number one, he's not a leader of the team because, as you can tell, he already got popped in the jaw for not doing what he's supposed to be doing,
right.
Paying the man his money.
Yeah.
He can't lead the team. He's definitely ain't a first string quarterback.
Right.
He might be a third string quarterback at most. And his attitude problem, he always crying when he don't get his way.
Yeah.
He don't know how to deal with the public. So, I'm surprised. I can't remember the head coach of the Jets right now.
Todd Bowles.
Thank you. I'm surprised he ain't got rid of him now, but this might be his last year.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, what kind of money they owe him or whatever.
Right,
but I just feel like, he may not make the. They talking about bringing on all 4 quarterbacks, but I can't remember a team in recent memory that brought on 4 quarterbacks. I just that just don't seem right to me. The last thing we want to talk about before we dive into this divisional breakdown is a lot of talk. Most of the talk in the NFL right now has been about the Los Angeles Rams, and they moved from St. Louis to Los Angeles, and the fact that they traded the farm, traded pretty much everything for Jared Goff. People who tuned into first week of Hard Knocks, you can see that this dude his IQ, intellect, football knowledge is a little bit missing, but then we got a chance to see him on the field, right? And I don't know how you guys feel, but now, I know, Glass, you feel a certain type of way about pressuring rookies to start in these games. I know we know what your synopsis is on that, but he gonna have to, right? I mean, they still got Case Keenum. Case Keenum is still there, so he may not have to, but I don't know, man. Like, he seemed like he is so far behind. Glass, what you think?
Just, you already know how I think. This man should not be up in there. I don't believe in bringing in first string quarterback. If that means, I understand it's your first year back in Los Angeles, you want to make it look good. I think Jeff Fisher might be on the hot seat. He wanted to try to make a big old splash before he loses his job.
His contract negotiation stuff came up today.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Well, so, I feel bad for Goff, but it is what it is. He got a hairline fracture right in his rib. Mm-hmm. Hey, it ain't starting out real nice right now. So now that the public know, now all the other teams know, what the defensive ends and linebackers going to go after.
Oh yeah. That's if he get to start. So I mean, honestly, he hadn't been named nothing, but he's supposed to be quote unquote the future of the team. They invested a lot in him. Despite anything that happened, during this first week of preseason, I thought maybe he would, before we saw anything, I thought maybe he would just be, automatic the name the starter. But they still holding off. JB, they bet the farm on Jared Goff, man, and it's not really working out as Jeff Fisher's in the middle of contract negotiations for an extension right now. So it ain't looking good for a brand new fresh start in LA. What you think?
Hey, it's a rookie quarterback. I don't remember nobody coming in and hitting the ground running as a rookie. They already know what they got to do. Jeff Fisher's system is run the football anyway. They're gonna be fine. He'll have time. It's just one game. Maybe he had the jitters. Maybe the stage was too big.
Right.
Maybe it got to do with his mechanics. Maybe the game is a little too fast.
Yeah.
I won't make a determination after one preseason game. I mean, these are what these games are for.
Right. Absolutely. And there's a lot of crazy reaction comes out of these preseason games, especially like the first 2. And then people they kind of I'm one of the people I react. I'm like, oh my God, look at Jared Goff, and that kind of stuff. So and I could talk about San Francisco and
I do want to say this though, because I know we're gonna leave this stuff out. But your boy IK out with an ACL. The rookie Reggie Ragland, he's out with an ACL. Okay, the Raiders are looking for real. They smoke they got.
They did.
Props to the Tennessee Titans and all 3 of their running backs.
Absolutely.
We're gonna leave this stuff out. And the 300 and some yard first half, the 49ers had, but it only accommodated 13 points. I don't know if they was doing that on purpose or they were just trying to see how well they can move the ball, but that's kind of bad business right there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there because it's a preseason game.
Right.
Anytime you put up 300 yards in one half of football, you should have way more than 13.
You should. And what about Jacksonville, who we love, gave up the game in the last minute of the game?
Well, it's preseason, so that'll happen. But it was something else that was big that I left out. I'll probably come back to it later.
Okay.
I just want to throw those notables out there.
Absolutely. So, look, Glass, it was some exciting stuff going down. I know, like I said, I know you ain't really into all that, but I thought it was cool. I think I got a chance to watch.
One more thing. Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah.
Dak Prescott. Impressive.
Yeah, very, very. Absolutely. Okay. And we got Talking Packers Steve is in the building. He tweeting me, but I can't really see it right now. I'm gonna check it in a minute. But we're gonna talk about your division here tonight and that kind of thing. We got the NFC North again. I want to thank everybody who's checking us out over there on Facebook and everybody in the YouTube. Hey, listen, you guys can go ahead and make some comments in the comment section just so we can know who is here. That would be cool, right? And I can give you guys a shout out and all that cool stuff. So, we'll do that. Anyway, so let's get this thing kicked off, right? So, the NFC North, they produced I don't know, will we say the division winner was a surprise last year? Was it a surprise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can say it's a surprise. I can say that. But it was good. So, that division, it's up and coming. I think it's, we got some, I think we're going to see some spectacular stuff. I mean, it's just really like, to me, and this is my opinion, Glass, I feel like it's a 2-team race, right? Mm-hmm. It's just, 2 of the teams I feel like, they're going to struggle heavily. Now, we don't know. But I'm just saying, it's like, from what I can tell right now, Detroit they hurting really, really bad. They got some bright spots, but it's going to take a while for them to get back into the mix, into the scheme of things. And then, what I'm saying, like Chicago, man, we already, we this is what our 6th week doing this, and we already hung about 8 losses on them already.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, it's now we get to look at their schedule and we get to see if we can, maybe go back on some of the stuff that we said earlier. Okay, so let's get it started. Glass, where we headed first?
As always, from the bottom to the top, man. We got the Chicago Bears, my hometown Chicago Bears, man. That hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, they finished the season last year 6-10.
Yeah.
6-10 under John Fox. And I know you felt a certain type of way about John Fox. I can never really diss John Fox. I see, he took my team to the Super Bowl for the first time. So, he'll always, I always have some type of props for him or whatever the case may be. You proved that some of the things you said about him last year came true. Okay. So that's always a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
JB, the Chicago Bears, man. Your outlook, what you think about them, man? The quarterback is healthy. Brandon Marshall did leave about a season ago, but then they still got Jeffries is still there. They doing some different things at the running back position. So I don't know. What you think?
I don't like them, and they're going to continue to suck. What a mediocre formula or Neanderthal Ice Age type of formula that John Fox like to do.
Yeah.
They don't have the players. It ain't the old NFL. That won't work. And Jay Cutler ain't been relevant since Brandon Marshall and the beef with Phillip Rivers.
Right,
so
the beef with Phillip Rivers. That's right.
That's the only thing I can think he's relevant for. Sorry, Glass, I see your face. Don't worry about it, though, man. I'm just speaking the gospel, man. You know it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Glass, you get a chance to maybe make a positive rebuttal for your hometown Chicago Bears.
I'm not gonna be as harsh as JB, but I do understand where JB coming from. You know how I feel about John Fox. He's a good coach if you're trying to upstart a team from the basement, which we were with Mark Trestman. I think we was 4-12, if I'm mistaken.
It was pretty rough.
So we didn't have anywhere to go but up. But John Fox, he kind of, I ain't gonna say outstay his welcome. What I will say is, like I've always said, he don't know how to adjust. So when you get your team from the basement to relevance, when you get to playoffs, when you get to the Super Bowl, as I've just noticed 2-3 years ago, he don't know how to adjust, and that's his flaw at.
Absolutely.
Otherwise than that, we're not the monsters of the Midway anymore. We lost that luster, I believe. And we're in a division where certain teams are up and coming, so certain teams are constant, and we just don't know where we're gonna fall.
Yeah. So we got Cletus over there on Facebook talking about the Tennessee Titans. Don't forget about the Titans. We back. Listen, first of all, I'm gonna say this to you. That's new. This new Titan slogan y'all got, tighten up. I ain't feeling it. I'm just
I know. Is that their slogan?
Hey, check it out. Y'all. I remember we did a division.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I you know what, Glass? I'm gonna say this. I hate to be right, man. I really hate it, man. I don't like it. But I promise you, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna have to take. The Titans look great.
They did. I'm just saying the whole tighten up thing. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan.
That sounds like a Home Depot slogan, man. Come on, y'all can do better than that.
You know, they had it like all big and splashed out against the walls, and it was crazy. Right? Tighten up, baby. Let's do it. Okay, let's get into this, right? Okay, they got a nice little bye week right in the middle of the season, right there, which is nice. So Chicago, all right, they open up on the road against the Houston Texans. Okay, that's gonna be a hard game for them. I'm gonna go ahead and say what we said before. I said they lose their first game. Then they get the Eagles coming in there at home. Now, here's the thing. I got a feeling that they will stand a chance against the Eagles because, number one, we really don't know what to expect from the Eagles right now. Based on what I've seen from the Eagles so far, I don't know. I think the Bears might have enough to win the game against the Eagles. Cowboys, they go out to see the Cowboys. The Cowboys gonna beat them down pretty bad. They'll win against the Lions, then they'll lose against the Colts, then they'll lose against the Jags. Then they go to Lambeau. They'll lose against the Pack. They're gonna be a good game though. Actually, they might have a chance to win a game, but that's a good game. And then the Vikings come in there and steal a division win, from the Bears right there. So through 8, I got them winning 3 of them. So that's I got them at 3-5. JB, where you at with it?
Oh man, I was trying to scramble to put the schedule up in front of my face, but
okay.
You say 3-5?
Yeah.
Then you did the first 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, oh man, I'm gonna go.
The notables is gonna be the Cowboys game, the Jags, Packers, and Vikings all in a row. Colts are in there, right? Yeah.
Okay, I want to be realistic right here, because I'm tempted to say 2-6. Glass, bear with me, man. Let me skim through this real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him the opener. I'll give him the next game. Okay, I'm gonna go 2-6. I thought I'd see something that'll change my mind. But
okay. 2-6, and that's what? That's the Texans and Eagles, right? No, Texans and maybe Lions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm basically gonna agree with Big Q. I'm gonna give the Bears the first game because you got Jay Cutler against Brock Osweiler. I don't know what we got in Brock Osweiler yet. Yeah, I got them winning the Eagles game at home in Soldier Field, losing to the Cowboys, beating the Lions at home. Mm-hmm. They go on a 4-game losing streak, so I got to finishing 3-5.
Yeah, that's kind of where I had them at. So that was a rough start, but I don't know. Maybe things get better. Let's take a look here. We got 2 road games after the bye. They're going to Tampa, and they're going to New York. Man, the Tampa game, they got a shot in that game, but I just think the Buccaneers. I don't know. If I look at the Buccaneers personnel versus Chicago's personnel, I'm gonna favor Tampa a little bit. I think Tampa's defense is gonna come through, and that'll carry them through that game. Got a chance to see the New York Giants at play. I think they end up losing the preseason game, but they, seeing JPP, he ain't got the club no more. So the Giants look a little bit better than I gave them credit for in the beginning when we first started doing this. That game in New York, I say I like the Giants. I like to see who gonna be able to take Cruz and Odell and that kind of thing. So that's gonna be a tough one for them. I think they lose those 2 road games. I mean those two road games. Then they got the Titans coming in there, right? And man, the Titans gonna get that one too, right? Mm-hmm. They could put something up on the 49ers, right? They can put something up on the 49ers. Then they go on the road and go ahead and get that sweep on Detroit, right? The Packers come in there. They already lost to the Packers in Lambeau. Packers gonna beat them in Soldier Field too. They win against Washington, and then they finish out on the road losing against the Vikes. So that put them on the season. Let's see, 2-2. Gave them 3. That's 4-5. So that's 5-11. No, that's actually 6-10 because they can beat Washington. Yeah. So Glass, I got them at 6-10. Where you got them at?
I heard everything that you just said. Sound pretty much right. I know we lost Matt Forte, but I think we got a nice running back by committee with Jeremy Langford, Kadeem Carey. Mm-hmm. We still don't forget. I know people don't like Jay Cutler, but he is a quality quarterback, and I got Alshon Jeffries on one side, Kevin White on the other side. So we're gonna be legit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I have just enough.
I got them beating the Buccaneers. That's gonna be a good game. There. I got them beating the Buccaneers, the Titans, the 49ers, and Washington. Yeah. Now, I'm saying that with hesitation because last year there was some winnable games between Washington and San Francisco that we lost to. So after everything's said and done, we're gonna lose to the teams in the division in the second half. I got them going 6-10.
All right, cool. We got Luis Rogers in the building. He was like, bruh.
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. 7-9. 7-9.
Okay, game one more game than I did. Luis Rogers has, bruh. I think Chicago does not have a fighting chance. Just my opinion. You know, I don't think they're gonna have. You know, they're not gonna have a crazy chance, but you know, I think they'd be a little bit better than they were last year. JB, where you got them at?
Oh man, I don't see them winning only one of these games from November 13th, week 10 to the end. Mm-hmm. And that's the San Francisco game, because they could very well may have another 400-yard half or 400-yard game, and they let the Bears hang around and they end up losing. But I think this season right here, based on the schedule, you know, and maybe hopefully I'm wrong, maybe this is the end of the Jay Cutler era. This is it. He's gonna be produced with what he was originally supposed to be, and that's no more than a backup.
Yeah.
And a stat pattern, because this is ridiculous. He hadn't had a winning season since he's been a starting quarterback, I don't believe. Yeah, outside of Denver. And that was because of the talent of the team. It wasn't because of the quarterback, which is and always going to forever be the grand jewel of a football team.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I 100% agree. Mr. T Money is in the building. Mr. T Money says Bears have potential to be a sleeper team. Either they're going to be really good or really bad. Example, they're either going to go 10-6 or the wheels fall off and they go 5-11. So I don't know. But that's kind of well, 10, you know.
That's pushing it.
Yeah, we're going to do some upsets if we get 10 out of that. But 6 or 7, you know, I'm with 6 or 7. But you know, but here's the thing though: if your basement team from the previous season is throwing up 7 wins, that means that, you know, everybody else gonna have to step their game way up. You know, including your Detroit Lions. You know what I mean? So
over the years, I saw people. It's a mass exodus out of there.
Yeah.
They paid all that money for Jared Allen to be there. He wanted out.
Yeah.
I think Julius Peppers was there. He got out. Mm-hmm. Then on previous season, Peanut Tillman got out of there. Yeah. Brandon Marshall got out of there. Yeah, Matt Forte is out of there. Martellus Bennett is out of there. Nobody wants to stay there, and there's a reason why nobody wants to stay there. Bennett had some slick comments. I must say substance about what he had to say about it.
Right.
You know, say you know, he's out there wide open. Cutler forced the ball into quadruple coverage. Yeah. For whatever reason that may be, I don't know. That is not a quality quarterback, Glass. I'm gonna have to retract your comment, man. I just retracted it for you. That guy is, and he's so nonchalant and carefree about, you know. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think they should. They were in very good draft position to get one of them top guys. Yeah. I think they would have been better off.
You know what? I thought they would make a move to move away from Jay Cutler too. Now I do understand they got a lot invested in him right now, and I think he was on a 5-year. It was a 5 or a 6 year, but I think we only like 2 or 3 years into that, right, Glass? So it's still a lot of money on the table. But it's time to do something. We need to either cut some losses or something. Like Cutler ain't the franchise quarterback, man. He's not. What you think?
Chicago is turned into the old Oakland Raiders. You only go there to get paid, because you definitely ain't gonna win. Right. You ain't gonna win there. Think about all the guys that went there and got a couple pays. A couple Ravens went there and got paid. Mm-hmm. You just go to get paid. Yeah. You don't go to win. You're not winning in Chicago.
Yeah.
Sorry, Glass.
No, it's no problem. Hey, number one, before we move on, JB, what was the record? You never told us the record, I don't think, man.
5-11.
All right, cool. I still think, like I said, I ain't gonna ish on Jay Cutler. You know, I got some love for Jay Cutler. He came from Denver.
He did.
Yeah, I'm here, my hometown, Chicago Bears. He's a reason why I say he's a quality quarterback. He has the arm. I think he has the IQ. His demeanor. He's not a leader. You could tell he's not a leader. Absolutely. His demeanor and his disposition showed me otherwise. But I still give him. I still think he got a little gas in the tank. I ain't gonna jump on Jay.
You got people in the comment section like Team Money who, you know, he say Bears did a lot to improve their front seven and offensively outshine Kevin White. Combo can be crazy. Bennett had the best years of his career with Cutler. You know, and so I don't know. You know, it's Cutler is one of them kind of players, man. Like, and he always gonna fly under the radar. He's not gonna be that in that elevated position. But he low key. He put numbers up. He does, you know what I mean. But then it's the glaring stuff, the pick six, consecutive, pick sixes, and then the constant injuries and bad decisions That's the stuff that stand out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So
well, before we go, man, I mean, let's think about the quarterbacks in the past 5 years that's been in conversation for a payday. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of pundits either way. Well, it's an argument point. I don't think a lot of people argue the point that Jay Cutler should be trying to put pressure on owners for a payday. Right. I mean, what have you done?
Right. You know, I agree with that. I do. You know, but you know what? If it's one of the things like Glass said. Glass said this in the past. He was like, if the people are willing to give you the money, then hey, you know, only thing you can do is ask. You're like, hey, listen, I think I deserve, $58 million or whatever they paid him guaranteed. Hey. And they gave it to him, just like Josh Norman. Like, it's been a topic ever since Josh Norman left Carolina. This has been the topic, and some people believe that he deserved the money. Other people say he doesn't. But if somebody's willing to give it to you, I'm just saying it is what it is.
There are guys like Brock Osweiler, Ryan Fitzpatrick with more leverage for paydays.
Yeah.
And Jay Cutler.
I agree. But you know what, though? They gave him the money. So it is what it is. Right. So they gave him the money. All right, Glass. So where we headed next?
We're going up north to the team that you hold near and dear to your heart, the Detroit Lions, from 6-7-9.
Love me some Detroit Lions. Listen, man. Listen. Here's the thing. I don't know what Detroit has been that team. Like, they the only other team in NFL history, right? Where the fans come to the stadium, pay their money to come to the stadium to wear bags on their face, right? The other team would be the New Orleans Saints, right? Am I correct on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is history we're talking about.
That ain't correct, man.
Who else wear bags to the
Who else wear bags, man?
I mean, the Bengals fans had people that would bags.
That's true. Okay, they did. Okay,
come on.
Okay, but
it's ironic you throw the Saints in there, though.
Okay, because the Saints are most known for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying. The Saints, I think they started the trend, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But either way, the team has historically been bad, mismanagement of talent. They can only keep one superstar on roster at a time, stuff like that. So, I don't know what's going on in Detroit. Every year, I think that, they show up in some real big games every once in a while, and it's exciting to watch them play. But at the end of it all, man, they not going to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Most of the time, they won't finish over 500. You know what I mean? They paying. They brought. I don't know. It's just mismanagement of talent, in my opinion. JB, do you agree with that, or you think it's something else?
100%. Like you said, one superstar at a time, and they always find a way to live in infamy. They had this play by Cam Chancellor where he batted it out the end zone. They lost. Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers got him for a Hail Mary. Mm-hmm. It's just so many infamous plays that they on the ass end of. It's happening year after year. And it's just they luck, man. I guess
it is bad, man. Look, the Lions fans are some most devoted fans I think I've ever seen in my life. They still go and sell the games out. Like, they never have to worry about not selling their games out. They people still come to watch them lose all the time. Mr. T Money said the Lions are the worst team in football besides the 49ers right now.
Damn,
they pretty bad. You know what? I don't know. I would think that Tampa. Well, no, because Tampa was real bad way back in the day. Over the last couple of years, they didn't win a Super Bowl and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess it would be them. All right, Glass. So when you look at the Detroit Lions, dude, I can't help but to just have a bleak outlook for them, because I until they start keeping and retaining talent and building a decent roster, I can only give them like at least 500 is the best I can give them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You doing better than me. Listen, man, they better. You know what? It all comes from the top. I believe they messed up when they got Jim Caldwell. Mm-hmm. I don't want anybody to lose their job. But Jim Caldwell is not a quality head coach. Number one, he don't show no emotions, so you don't know where he at. And just like JB said, with the two debacles, well, not the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary was just the play, but the debacle with Cam Chancellor kicking out the end zone, everybody was in uproar, but him. Yeah. He was like, we're just going to move on to the next game. No, dude, you're supposed to get kicked out the game, hooping and hollering, stuff like that, but he never does that. Yeah. He's only good when he has good pieces on his team. When they had Ndamukong Suh, when they had Haley on that team, that was, I think, maybe the number 2 defense in the league. Now they leave. They jumped from 11-5 to 7-9. When he was over there in the Indianapolis Colts, when he had Peyton Manning, after he took over with Dungy, they was rolling. Yeah. When Peyton Manning got hurt, where they finished 2-14.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
that shows me that he's not a head coach. He's not head coach material. Well, now I don't think anything gonna change now
Well, you know, he one of the coaches that like to ride the coattails of the previous coach that was before him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, you got to show me your stuff. He never showed me his stuff.
Right. You know.
I mean, look at the two Hall of Famers that retired on them prematurely.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders. Just the history. Okay, you had a rule made from something that happened. So great, and not in their favor. It's just so they on the ass into so much infamy, man. I mean, it's worse luck than the Cleveland Browns.
It is, man. It is. Hey, I wanna give a big shout out to my boy Luis Rogers for the sub, man. Definitely appreciate that. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Listen, if you think you know what you're seeing right now is real gangster stuff, which we get into the regular season, it gets better, bro. But anyway, thanks for joining the squad. We glad that you was able to make it and join us, man. Definitely appreciate the sub. But yeah, so you know, let's look at it. Let's break it down. Let's see what we got. Because the start here. They got, you know, a little bit of a late buy. It's week 10, right? Okay. So let's see. They open up on the road against the Colts, right? I don't see no scenario that allows them to win that game, right? They got the Titans coming in there right after that. They open up their season, you know, against the Titans, and I got them losing that game too. I got them going to Lambeau. And, you know, usually if that was a Thursday night game, I would say, hey, they might have a chance. Because, you know, on Thursday nights, you know, the Lions usually kind of, if they're going to do something spectacular, they're going to do it on the Thursday night. And unfortunately, this is a Sunday game. So, and it's, you know, early day. So they don't lose in Lambeau against the Packers. Okay, they go to Chicago. You know, I don't know. Did we have Chicago? Yeah, we had Chicago beating them. So we had Chicago beating them at home. And then, wow, so I got them losing 4 games already. They got the Eagles coming in there. I almost... That's a toss-up. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say they go the distance with the Eagles and they win that one barely. Just because I'm just trying to think of Eagles talent right now, and I'm drawing a blank. So I'm gonna say that, you know, Detroit get their first win in Week 5 against the Eagles at home. Then they got the Rams coming in there, and I just think the Rams are gonna run all over them. And then Washington comes, so they got three home games in a row, right? And they're gonna lose all 3. No, they're gonna win the first one, then they lose the next 2. Then they go to Houston. What happens in Houston? No, they can't win in Houston. They can't win in Houston.
They can beat Houston, man.
You think they can beat Houston? I don't think they can beat with Hopkins and I don't know if they can win in Houston, man.
All right, now.
I don't know. You know, they got Brock Osweiler, right? They got Brock Osweiler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I don't know if they can win in Houston. Okay, you know what?
I hope that game ain't on TV because it's gonna be a bad weekend for football.
It's an early game. It's an early game on Sunday. So it's an early game on Sunday. You know what? No, they don't win in Houston. And then, you know, and then they got the next road game against the Vikings. They go to Minnesota and they lose that one too. I got them winning out of 9 games. I got them winning 1. And I'm not even positive that they can beat the Eagles. I'm just saying, I'm not even.
Man, all I want to know, Big Q, is what the hell did the Detroit Lions do to you?
Listen, they sorry. They just an awful team. And
even
listen,
when they was good, you was giving them crap, man.
Listen, Luis Rogers. I feel you. You know, Ezekiel Smash needs to have a better than average season. You know, and Ziggy Ansah and Abdullah, all of them do. I understand. I get that. But that's all they got. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Man, come on, no, man. You gotta give Matt Stafford a little credit.
I ain't giving Matt Stafford nothing.
They
Matt
got
Stafford,
Golden Tate.
Okay.
He outshine Calvin Johnson last year, man.
Because Calvin Johnson was already packing his bags.
No, Q. He already had them packed. Just wait for the end. So you get the hell out of there.
Listen,
oh man,
look, I'm so serious when I say it, man. Iffy game against the Eagles at home. That's it. That's all I got for him, Glass. That's it.
Man, listen, man, nah. I'm going to give him the Titans game. I'm going to give him the Eagles game. I'm going to give him the Rams game. Maybe the Washington game. I'm going to go ahead and give it to him, man. So by the bye week, which is week 10, I got them going 1, 2, 3. I got them going 4 and 6, man.
4 and 6. Okay, 4 and 6. Listen, somebody in the audience agreed with me. T Money says 1 and 8, but he got them winning against Houston. Okay, I mean, it could be a tie. They could win against Houston, or they could win. Like I said, only reason why I'm saying Philly is because I'm drawing a little bit of a blank on their talent.
How much do you know about the Philadelphia Eagles?
You know, I haven't really seen. I haven't really looked at them a lot, so I don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just know that they doing some different things at the running back position. They doing some different things at the wide receiver position. And I saw the little rookie dude they brought in there. You know, it's a lot of questions in Philadelphia right now. So I can't. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying 1-8. I'm with you, T Money. But I got him beating the Eagles. All right, JB, it's on you. So me and T Money, we already say 1-8. Glasgow gave them way too many games than they deserve. Well, I'm gonna win that many games in the season.
I'm gonna give them 3. I mean, I don't think they should be getting beat by no Chicago Bears. They shouldn't get beat by Houston.
They shouldn't get beat by Chicago. You know what I mean? But they probably will. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna give them Chicago, Houston, and the Rams because of Jared Goff, because of Osweiler, and because of Jay Cutler. I'm giving them games.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So look, y'all think I'm crazy. Okay. Let's finish the season out. And it don't get no better, okay? Look, they got 2 home games that they're going to lose. Jacksonville rolls up in there and smacks them in the face. Teddy Bridgewater and Adrian Peterson rolls up in there and smacks them in the face. Then they go to the Superdome and get smacked around by the Saints a little bit. Okay, they win this home game against Chicago, right? They win this home game against Chicago. They lose to Chicago in Chicago, but they win the home game against Chicago. Then they got 2 road games against the NFC East and the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. They lose both of those games, and then guess what? They finish the season at home against the Green Bay Packers, and they get beat. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I got them 3 wins, 2 or 3 tops is what they get this season. 2 or 3 tops, JB.
Well, you know, I'm going to have to agree with that. But I don't think they'll be beaten. Oh, the Saints will beat them. They just had a real significant injury to a guy on defense today or last night, whichever one. Okay. But they do get beat by Jacksonville. They do get swept by the Vikings. I'll give them the Saints game. I'll give them the Chicago game. But Odell's gonna have a hell of a game against them. Dallas gonna have a pretty good game. And we talking about Aaron Rodgers against this team.
Yeah.
So that's my 5-11. So that's
and that's generous too. I like it. I wouldn't have did it, but it's good. That's doable. Because Glass, I know what you're getting ready to say. If you say some 7-9, 6-10, I'm just saying I'm gonna mute you. Okay.
Wait. What did you say, Big Q?
3. That's
Come on, man. 3 and 13.
3 and 13.
Anyway, after the bye week, I only got them winning 1 game, and that's against the Bears. They're losing all the first 3. They're gonna lose the last 3. After the dust settle, they're gonna finish 5-11.
Okay.
And Jim Caldwell will be losing. You know what? This is what I gotta say about the Detroit Lions. And I told you about the head coach. Now, who's the head coach before Jim Caldwell? Can't remember his name offhand.
Was it Schwartz? The handshake?
Yeah, it was. It was a handshake. It was an infamous handshake. That's right.
As erratic as he was, he got the best out that team.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He lost control of the team in the end. Reason why he lost the job.
Did they go to the playoffs? Did they go? They went to the playoffs under him. That's right. Okay.
Exactly. So it's just like, to me, and then you lose the erratic head coach, and you bring this monotone introvert coach in here, and this is what you get. So after everything's said and done, 5-11.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to go back to this ass end or infamy stuff. You got the handshake. You got Ndamukong Suh stepping on people.
Yeah.
Barely doing all this crazy stuff. I'm telling you, man. It's so much more than I thought about.
But they was winning.
But still, it's just infamy, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like what could happen with them will happen with them.
Yeah. I agree. Like every year, Glass always asks me, what's going on with you in Detroit? Look at Detroit, dude. Just look at the team, bro. And I'm saying that's all you got to do.
No, you got to the point where all the what was it? NFC West South? Teams can roll through them.
Yeah, and I was almost right about that. I was almost right about it. Somebody let me down. I think it was Tampa or maybe New Orleans. You know what it probably was? It was probably them whack ass Atlanta Falcons. It probably was them. You know what I'm saying? It probably was them.
All right.
But only reason why I'm doubting the Detroit Lions this much, because a lot of their wins for the career Calvin Johnson, it was a big part of why they was going. Whatever they went, he was a part of half of it.
Yeah.
It was basically their whole offense. Now, You got Ebron, Golden Tate. So they got a good running back, and I just don't think that'll be enough.
Yeah.
I think their quarterback never had the opportunity to spread the ball around. He always forced it into double and triple coverage, which Calvin Johnson would come down with, but he don't have that luxury at all now. So
you don't.
You can't win games.
Can't win them, man. It's gonna be rough. At least our boy got a lot of money out of his little rookie deal. I'm saying. So that's the one bright cloud. Listen, we halfway through this thing, man. Look, I'm glad everybody in the comment section is having a good time. People on Facebook, yeah, we still got it going on over there. Yeah, so we're good. All right, we're gonna move on. So where we at now? We at Green Bay, right?
Yep. This season 6-10.
6-10. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, a couple games that they played in last year, they had it, and they let us. I mean, and one of them most notable was a game that they played. Was it in Carolina last year? In the rain? It was. I think it was. It played in Carolina in the rain. And it was one of them games where Carolina took the foot off the gas, or however people were labeling it back then. And they almost came back and won the game. So that was one. And I think that game that he threw all those Hail Marys in, who was that against? Who was that game against? Was that against the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, one was the Detroit Lions, the other one was the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. So one of them games they lost. So he was throwing them Hail Marys. And they lost that game too. And so it came down to the wire. So honestly, I think with the, and I know people don't want to hear this, but it played a part. I don't know how big of a part it played, but it played a part. One of Aaron Rodgers' primary receivers was not around for the majority of the season, along with the running back situation was up in the air for a minute. So it was a couple things going on that but they played real tough last year. They were in a lot of close games. Aaron Rodgers was he suffered an injury too. Then he was a little bit banged up, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, it was a little rough for them, but they did okay. And it's just the whole situation. I don't think they expected Minnesota to perform as well as they did. Honestly, I don't really think they thought that. I thought they was looking at Minnesota as like, hey, this team's still rebuilding. They ain't got nothing coming. They just got Adrian Peterson. They're coming at me with a rookie quarterback, and and then these unnamed wide receiver. Who was Stephon Diggs? Who was this guy? We don't know him. You know what I mean? So I think that had something to do with it too. Because when you drop that, the division games like that, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So Green Bay, JB, you agree with what I was saying? Like they had a little bit of bad luck. What you think?
But yeah, I mean, they had some unfortunate things happen, but Aaron Rodgers is the baddest man on the center in pro football.
He pretty.
In my opinion. So he had some things that took it. He had some options taken away, and it was a guy in Adams, wide receiver, who really didn't come into his own until late. But they were still right in the thick of it without some of their best stuff.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They, like I said, they showed up, but they wasn't like they laid down for nobody. They played. It's just, they would always come up just a little bit short in some of the real big games. Wes, what you think?
All right, is Steve still on the show?
Steve's he tweeting me and stuff. I don't see him in the YouTube comments.
All right, hey Steve, check it out, man. I still hate your team. I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can be because I'm from Chicago. I'm here in Chicago. But gotta give credit where credit's due. I can't remember last time Green Bay Packers didn't have a quality quarterback. It's been 25 years.
It's been a long time.
Favre, and now with Aaron Rodgers. You had the stadium where everybody feared to go to in Lambeau Field. Mm-hmm. That might be a little weak now because
the mistake is kind of wearing off a little bit.
Yeah, because the Vikings week 17 went up in there and got that game,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean it's still a formidable place to play to not to play at.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be kind of they're gonna be a good team defensive wise. That's where they're gonna be a little shaky.
Yeah,
if I ain't mistaken. Two of the players, Mike Pennell and Dimitri Goetz, I think that's the two players on the 4-game suspension already. Mm-hmm. We still don't know about Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's where they're gonna be, and we don't even know about Jordy Nelson. I heard he tweaked his knee, other knee, during during practice.
The training camp. Yeah.
Right, so they're still gonna be a good team, but I think they're gonna go toe to toe with the next team we're gonna talk about, the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I agree. So with all that being said, you got these suspensions that are pending, and plus the ones that I already went through, compounded with a very early, like a super early, like really early bye week, right? Which I don't know. Yeah. I mean, It's early. I mean, that might soften the blow a little bit, because if you ain't playing on week 4 and you got all these people suspended, then you ain't got to worry about losing, right? So I mean, that might soften the blow just a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so listen, they opened the season with 2 road games, right? And 2 hard road games. I was just watching the Jaguars play today. I was watching the replay, and the Jaguars team, one of y'all, I can't remember which one of y'all it was, who was saying that Jacksonville Jacksonville is clicking right now, dude. And I mean, I'm talking about the first team. I'm talking about like the number 2s. I mean, they are balling right now. And if they can keep this up, if they can get that together, figure out where to put everybody, Jacksonville going to be a team that's going to be to be reckoned with. They, Green Bay go into Jacksonville. You know what? I'm gonna say Jacksonville hang an L on them, right? And it's gonna be really hard to get a win in the season opener of a brand new stadium for the Minnesota Vikings on that day. I just think the Vikings gonna have a whole lot of stuff going on that day, which could potentially hurt them. But I'm just saying, I just think it'll work out in their favor. They'll have a successful, stadium opening, and they'll, beat a division rival. So early in the season, the Green Bay Packers are 0-2. Everybody freaking out, right? You know what I mean? So, and then they get a win against the Detroit Lions at home, which where they open their real season up at, and then they go on a bye, right? Then they go on a bye. Then it just kind of kills the whole momentum, right? So I don't know. Look at them. Look at the first 4 weeks. I don't know. What you think?
I got them losing the first 2 games against the Jaguars and the Vikings just because the defensive situation I just got through talking about. I got them beating the Lions, so they're gonna finish by the bye week. They'll be 1-2.
Yeah, that's where I got them at too. All right, glad JB, where you got them at?
Man, I really want to say 0-3 because it just feel right. I have to back up my comments about how I felt about Detroit. I agree with y'all with the 1-2 start, man. It's gonna be a whole lot of chatter.
Yeah.
The week of the bye week, Aaron Rodgers may have another RELAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fans at ease.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened after the bye, but 0-2 will be. I mean, the first 2 games going 0-2 will be a long. I remember how it was for my team and a few others last season when 0-1, 0-2, 0-3 turned to 0-4, and so on. This team will have that feel because they so much expected of them.
They will, man. And look, they better use this bye week to their advantage. Like, I know hopefully if they get people back, they're going to be needing to get them back because, it's a rough road ahead from that point on. So whoever comes back needs to be coming back and that kind of thing. Because, look, they come off that bye. They got the 2 NFC East teams coming out, the New York Giants again and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, listen, the defensive stuff, even when they get Clay, even if they get Clay Matthews and all them back and everybody's there, the Giants gonna be still hard to deal with as far as like what they what they can do now. It depends on which Eli shows up. I mean, the wide receivers and the running back and stuff from New York actually look pretty good. It's just Eli is so unpredictable. He is so unpredictable, and he playing on the road, in Green Bay. I don't know. And then of course the early Dallas Cowboys, the early season Dallas Cowboys. I'm a fan of the early season Dallas Cowboys, right? I'm a fan of them through like week 8, right? And then things kind of start falling apart for Dallas. So listen, I got New York coming into Lambeau and probably taking a loss here because I don't know about Eli. Got me kind of shaky right here. But then they lose to the Dallas Cowboys, right? So. Then they got 2 more home games. So they got the Chicago Bears come in, and I think we already said Green Bay will beat them here, right? So we said Green Bay will beat them there. They go to the Georgia Dome, yeah, and guess what? Things start to click for the Green Bay Packers, right? They go ahead and hang an L up on that. Listen, look, I see, I see what you're doing, Glad. No, I'm just saying they go in there and they beat the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, it ain't too far fetched, is it?
No, it's just the fact that the hate I see in the Detroit Lions and Atlanta Falcons that you have.
I don't really got no hate for the Detroit Lions, right? I don't got no hate for the Detroit Lions. The vitriol that I have for the Atlanta Falcons is very real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's very real. But I ain't hating right now. I'm analyzing the schedule, okay? So, yeah, they go in there. They beat the Falcons. Colts come into there, and guess what? They beat the Colts, too. All right, they go to Tennessee. That's going to be a tough one. That one. I'm going to come down to the wire. I'm going to give the edge to Tennessee, number 1, for being at home, and for number 2, having a little bit more active weapons at the moment. All right, so this is going to be a string of road games. We're going to go to week 12. They go to Washington. They win at Washington. They go to Philly and win at Philly. So after losing the first 2 games, right, they come back and win one. Then they come back and win another one off the bye week. Then they lose. Then they win. So I gave them 4 wins, 5, 6. So through 12, I got them 6. Actually, that's 7. That's actually 7. So yeah, through 12, I got them. I got them winning 7 of those. Because I got Washington, I got Philly, I got Atlanta, I got New York, I got Detroit, and Indy at home. So they got Indy at home. Yeah. So yeah, they can win 7 of the 12.
Okay. So that's it. You stopped at week 13.
Yep.
Okay. After the bye, they're gonna lose that game against the New York Giants. After that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna go on an 8-game win streak. And they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're gonna be 9-3.
9-3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it, Glass. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. You kind of feeling the same way, JB?
Nah, I think they'll lose to anybody that's able to run the football. So they beat the Giants, they lose to the Cowboys, they beat Chicago, they lose to the Atlanta, they beat the Colts, they lose to the Titans, they beat the Eagles, they beat the Redskins, they beat the Texans, they lose to the Seahawks, beat the Bears, lose to the Vikings, beat the Lions. So it's pretty much the same thing. I just think they're gonna be susceptible to the run all year long because of all the guys that's out on defense. Right. So it's about 8-8, 9-7.
Okay, 8-8, 9-7. And then when I look at the rest of the games that JB just went through, so Texans coming there to Green Bay. They probably can win that game. They definitely they got the Seahawks on the. See, they got the Seahawks on the road, and that's going to be a good game. They got the Seahawks on the road. And that might be the tipping point for them right there to either make the playoffs or not if they can knock this team out. Mm-hmm. Look, I think they can beat the Seahawks because whenever you got the Seahawks on the road, they're susceptible. They can be got. You got them on the road. And then you got
but they're gonna be so suspect to the run that Russell Wilson will get loose on them. I don't know who's running the ball. I think Rawls is supposed to be
they still got Rawls right now, and I mean, and he's gonna be tough to stop. And you're right though. They are a little bit susceptible to the run, and a lot of these teams you got. So we looking at. What's the little dude up in Atlanta? You got him. You got
Raymond. You got the 3-headed monster in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You got Ezekiel Elliott in that offensive line in Dallas. Yeah. It's just so they gonna be so bad. Alfred Morris not in Washington anymore. That's why I think
no. Alfred Morris is in.
And Peterson's in there. Mm-hmm. I don't know who running the ball for the Eagles and for the Bears, but they are totally. And Aaron Foster's not in Houston, so
yeah,
they gonna be definitely.
You're right. You're right. So but you give them 8 and 8. I got to still go with 6 and 10. I think out of the games that I gave them, I already gave them 7. So yeah, 8 and 8. There you go. I give them one more, and that's probably gonna be Chicago. Yeah, that's probably gonna be Chicago. Where you at, Glass?
I got them. Shoot, I got them losing to the Seahawks because Seahawks owe them. There's 2 years in a row the Seahawks won off. So the Green Bay Packers won off some botcheries and stuff like that.
Right.
I got them losing to the Bears at Soldier Field, to the Vikings, and winning against the Lions. So after everything's said and done, I'm gonna go with
9-7,
10-6, 9-7.
Yeah, not bad. So that puts them right there with who we talked about earlier. Who was it? Detroit? No, it wasn't Detroit.
No, nobody's. No, man. We gave
Chicago. I thought we gave Chicago. Oh, yeah, Chicago 6.
Tennis. You gave them 6 and 10, 7 and 9, and 5 and 11.
Okay, yeah, that's where we at. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means that that's pretty open. Ain't no double digit wins.
I do wanna stick this note in there on the Green Bay Packers. It's funny how the Dallas Cowboys, the Ravens, or the Broncos, or the Carolina Panthers players could get suspended for various reasons, and it's news.
Yeah.
And you got all this stuff happening in Green Bay, and there ain't nobody talking about it.
Nobody talking about it, man.
I don't understand how that works, but they got some. They've been throwing some low balls in there on getting by or getting over. I think it's warranted a conversation, man. They
Wow, 11-5 T Money. That's
11. Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know how they're gonna get 11 wins this season.
That's a rough one right there, bro.
When they won't be able to stop the run, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna be in the exact same situation with without the same receivers. I don't know what they did in the draft, but I mean, it's teams in their division that's primed to do big things, which is just Minnesota Vikings. So
11-5 is that's. Now I be getting on glass for his 10 wins with 11 for the Green Bay Packers in this division. I don't know, man. And I mean, look, I'm gonna go back and look at the schedule once because 11. I just gotta figure out where he got 11 from.
Don't hurt yourself like that.
No, I gotta.
T Money is on a whole nother level, man. Don't hurt.
Hey, let T Money have his prediction, man. We've been saying,
right.
Hey, Glass, you said crazier things.
Yeah, and I know I have. Right. I know I have. So listen, if we got them, nobody in the division has reached 10 wins yet. The leader right now is at what, 9 or 7?
9,
right?
7.
Okay, so then that's the Green Bay Packers, right?
Yep.
Okay, so basically you get 10 wins in this division, you headed to the playoffs, right? So where did the Vikings finish last year, Glass?
They finished in first place at NFC North with the 11-5 standings.
Now, I don't know what we can say about the Minnesota Vikings that we ain't said previously, but I know this. The young quarterback is coming into his own. You got Adrian Peterson behind you, right? I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And then these wide receivers came out of nowhere and stepped up. Now, some people who kind of rose on the Vikings team, like our homeboy from the hometown of Rock Hill, what happened to Patterson, JB? Where you at?
Man, don't let me be the one to bash him. I'll get a lot of grief for that.
No, that's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna talk about it too much.
I just say you gotta do,
Yeah.
It's more than about just Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole week gets you to Sunday.
Yeah. So,
you gotta put that work in.
Yeah, he shined a little bit the season before, and then he kind of disappeared. And and it's kind of sad because I was watching him because he's from the hometown. You know what I'm saying? But don't know what happened to him, but Diggs and the other dudes, they kind of rose to the occasion. The Vikings defense don't get talked about that much. You know what I'm saying? They don't get talked about that much. And I mean, they ain't no world beaters, right? But I'm just saying though, right? They keep some games close. I can think about the Seattle game. You know what I mean? I can think about stuff like that. Like you think a team like Seattle will go in and at least have a 13-point gap. You would think.
Listen, I don't think you guys give. I don't think people give Minnesota Vikings the credit that they deserve. They caught the perfect storm. Number one, they got a great head coach when they picked up Mike Zimmer. Number one, defensive minded with that young defense that they have. Number two, even though he sucked as a head coach, they got a good offensive coordinator in Norm Turner, who's going to teach Teddy Water the ropes. Teddy Bridgewater been in there for, I think, his third year, I think.
Is this his third year? Yeah, this is his third year. Yeah.
Third year. He's doing nothing but getting better. Adrian Peterson is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
He still got about 2 years left up in him.
He said he's going to play till he's 40.
Stephon Diggs, we didn't see him coming.
Nope.
And then let's not forget Kyle Rudolph, was one of the top 5 defense, top 5 tight ends in the league.
Hey, Glass, I'm sorry. T Money says y'all love knocking and joking about his picks, but we finish behind him every year.
No, I won a championship, bruh.
Oh, well.
I just wanted.
I know. We'll talk about that.
I'm just saying that's.
He put it out there. He
didn't have to do that though, man.
Money, I said let you have your picks, bro. You had to throw shit.
I was just saying, we looking at the schedule and it looked pretty tight to me. And then he busts out 11 wins, which is like 4 wins more than what we looking at here. That's the only thing. And I ain't knocking it. I'm just saying, and the Green Bay Packers are a good team. I'm 11 though is a little rough.
11 is rough.
I like it, man. Let's roll.
It's a little rough, man. I'm just saying. Okay, all right. Division champions. Okay, open up on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Man, damn. You know what? I'm gonna give the edge to. No, see the Titans at home. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I like the Titans at home. They got the Packers coming. I like the Titans at home. Yes, I see. I like the Titans at home. Okay, you know what I'm saying? The Packers coming.
Tighten up.
Tighten up. I mean, that's what they say, right? The Packers coming there in the in the Minnesota home opener, and we already talked about this. I think that, and I don't know if we can call it an upset game, but I think Minnesota will win that one just because of the other stuff that will be going on that day. And so after they get that big win at their home opener, their home stadium opening there, like cool stuff against division rival Green Bay Packers, they travel to Bank of America Stadium and face the Carolina Panthers. Listen, people, I would love to see what Adrian Peterson does against other teams, but Carolina has been pretty good at containing. Now it's just a matter of are they going to be able to do anything about the wide receivers and stuff, and you still gotta watch out. But but these guys, this defense plays against Cam Newton, so Teddy Bridgewater running out of the pocket and all that ain't gonna be no new stuff to them. Listen, I like Carolina at home. I do. I like them against. It'll be a close game. I like them at home. Adrian Peterson, he'll do his normal 65, 70 yards that he normally gets when he comes to Carolina. New York in Minnesota, they fall to the Vikes. Then you got the Houston Texans in Minnesota. They fall to the Vikes. And then we got a bye week. So through 5, I got
Wait, whoa. What schedule are you looking at, sir?
Look at the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings schedule.
Oh, you say the opposing team fall to the Vikes. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking you was looking at somebody else. My bad.
Listen, I got them winning the home opener against Green Bay, and I got them beating New York and Houston. So through 5, I got them 3-2. Glass, where you at?
All right. Got them beating the Titans. Got them beating the Packers. They're going to lose to your Panthers. I got them losing to the Giants. I think Eli Manning, we don't know what Eli Manning going to go, what we're going to have with Eli Manning, but that time I think they're going to have the good Eli Manning. They're going to win that game in Minnesota. And I got them beating the Texans, so I got them going 3-2 also.
All right, cool. All right, JB. Tighten up. Where you at?
I say they lose to the Titans in the slugfest. Okay. The Green Bay game will be very, very tight. Is Blair Walsh still on the team?
Who that? Blair Walsh? On the Minnesota Vikings team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he get his redemption in this Green Bay game for the win.
Okay.
Of course, they get, now I'm not just saying this to you because half the audience is Panthers, and you, as an English Panther. But my team just played the Panthers, and I saw their first team defense up close.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No, that ain't gonna happen unless they just find a way to throw the ball. But the guy that's passing the ball against this team, probably not. So they lose to the Panthers. They beat New York and they beat the Texans. So I mean, I'm gonna say they win 3 out of the first 5. All
right, that put us all in the same place. All right, we're gonna just run it straight through here. So. We got them 3-2. They going by week 6. They got 2 road games, Philly and Chicago. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and give Philly the loss here. We're giving the Titans too much credit, T-Money. Did you see the game? I'm just saying the Titans looking pretty sharp. I'm just saying,
I'm with you, T-Money. I'm with you.
I'm just saying. I want to go.
Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't like being right. I
listen. I was talking about this before I even saw the Titans play, just based on the moves and stuff that they made. I'm just saying we're gonna watch the Titans and we're gonna see what happens to them. I'm just saying,
I like how I'm saying there's no way Dick LeBeau gonna have a sucky defense. He ain't gonna stand there. He would have retired if he didn't think he could do it again.
Who's the head coach again?
Malarkey.
Malarkey.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all they're gonna get, Malarkey.
Listen, I don't know why you a team winning against the Titans. Do you see the Titans? Do you see Mariota? Do you see everything, all them free agents and stuff they brought in there? And now they boasted every position, man. The running back position by itself is impressive.
I'm talking about a 71-yard touchdown run, a 6-play drive, all runs by Derrick Henry, the rookie, for a touchdown.
Come on, bro.
This is all credit to the offensive line, by the way. This is why I'm speaking of the running back only can do so much. That's but hey, it depends on how you watch the game and what you're looking at. So,
I'm just saying, keep your eye on the Titans. I'm just saying, we think we gave them too much credit too early. Normally we don't jump on teams like. Well, actually, we do.
We do. We done bought that fool's goal in Miami for 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Miami is when they usually get us. Yeah. Miami usually get us. Okay, let's wrap this one up. So we got, like I said, I think they go on the road for these 2 road games after the bye. I think they win both, right? Then they come back home and get another one. Then they go to Washington and get another one. Come back home, and Cardinals put something real rough on them and kind of bring them back down to the level where they need to be. And then they go and face the Lions in Detroit. That one's going to be tricky. You know what? I'm going to go on record and saying this, Glass. This is going to be tricky. Okay, because after you come from your bye and you go on the road 2 weeks in a row and you win, right? Mm-hmm. And then you come back home and you win. And then you go back on the road again and you win. And then you get humbled by the Cardinals in your place. And then you go back out to Detroit again. Detroit going to have something for him, dude. I'm going to go on the record and tell them that Detroit going to take him right here. Right? So they lose to the Lions in Detroit, right? And then, then they, the Cowboys, that's going to be a hard one for them. That's, defensively, I don't know if they have enough for the weapons they got in Dallas. Like, because Dallas can kind of pick their poison depending on what shape Tony Romo is in and, and how that stuff is doing this late in the season. We don't know if he's still going to be walking. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. Right, but they got the receiver situation. Tony Romo is a decent quarterback. He can throw the ball. And they got that offensive line. They got and the running back. Really, we don't know. There's a lot of hype about him, but we don't really know what they're doing in the high press. But I like Cowboys in Minnesota that day. They go to Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, I like Jacksonville in Jacksonville. I like Minnesota versus the Colts. I like Minnesota in the. Do I like Minnesota in the snow in December on Christmas Eve? They already lost to. Okay, I like Minnesota on Christmas Eve. I like Minnesota on Christmas Eve and the snow in Green Bay, right? And then they come back home and get a win against the Bears. So listen, after the first, let's see, we gave them 3. That gives them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it gives them 10 and 6. They give them 10 and 6. They the first ones to reach 10. JB, what you think?
10 and 6. All right, real quick. They beat Philly. They beat Chicago. They beat Detroit. They beat Washington. They do get humbled by the Cardinals, but they all have a chance in that game. It's just the inexperience.
Oh yeah.
By Teddy B that'll probably get them that L. They'll beat Detroit. They'll beat Dallas. They'll lose to Jacksonville. They'll lose to the Colts and beat. Well, no, they'll beat the Colts. Lose that game on Christmas Eve up in Green Bay because there's just no way that's happening. And then they'll beat Chicago.
Okay. All right.
So 6. They get the magic number 10 to be the 2-time
division champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't go against what none of y'all say. I have to totally agree. They're gonna go on the 4-game win. They're gonna go on the 4-game win streak against and lose against the Arizona Cardinals. They're gonna beat the Lions. They're gonna lose to the Cowboys and Jaguars. They're gonna beat the Colts, lose to the Packers, beat the Bears. They're gonna end up 10 and 6.
10 and 6. 10 and 6 wins the division though, and that's good. Not by and that's the thing that's interesting. It's not by a huge stretch, right? Because we got Green Bay right there in the thick of it, right? So one misstep by Minnesota here, and we got a mess on our hand right here. So that's by the end of the season, especially that Green Bay game on Christmas Eve, it's probably gonna mean a lot, right? That's probably gonna mean a lot that late in the season. Actually, that's a really only meaningful game they got that late in the season, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, one misstep and it's up in the air. All right. So let's rack them and stack them. So I think we already got it laid out. We had, I think we had the Lions in the basement. Mm-hmm. Was that 6 and 10, right?
No, 5 and 11.
Okay, 5 and 11. Okay.
Or worse.
Oh yeah.
or worse. All right. Then you got the Chicago Bears, right?
Yep.
And you got them at 7 and.
I got them 7 and 9. You got them 6 and 10.
Okay.
JB got them 5 and 11.
All right.
Yep.
And then the Green Bay Packers, we got them 9. We got them 9, right?
9 and 7, 8 and 8.
All right, cool. And then the Minnesota Vikings 10 and 6. So we get to see the Minnesota Vikings go back to the playoffs again, which is good. That's actually a good thing. Because honestly, 12 and 4. T-Money gave him one more win. No, he gave him 2 more wins. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Vikings 12 and 4. Packers 11 and 5. Bears 6 and 10. Lions 4 and 12. That's a lot of winning going on.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all. All right. So, but that's gonna be exciting to see how that ends up because that's gonna be good. But the only question I got for the Vikings or the Packers, whichever one escapes that division, they're gonna get mollywopped in the first round of the playoffs. Just saying, They're gonna get mollywopped. It's gonna be rough. But you know, it depends on, you know. It
They
depends
did not get mollywopped last year. They lost by a field goal, botched field goal.
They
That
did.
game, they could have won that game.
Right, and obviously we didn't expect Seattle to kind of do what they. I mean, honestly, I thought Seattle would have had 13 more points in that game than they did. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, but it didn't happen.
telling you, the ensuing game, the ensuing game for the Seahawks, they got lucky and got out of there because I think Russell Wilson had one of the worst statistical playoff games of his career.
Yeah. It was pretty rough.
Right? That was against Green Bay, right?
Yeah, It was.
And that's the game he cried at the end, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it wasn't the Minnesota Vikings had the number. They just didn't have all they needed.
Right. Yeah.
All they needed that day.
I don't know. Okay, well, that's cool. That's going to do it for us this week. Like, let's go ahead and wrap the show up real quick. I want to thank everybody who came out. A lot of y'all came out today, and we got a new person on the TeamBoydTV team, and Mr. Lewis. I want to make sure I get your name right. Lewis Rogers. Well, again, I want to thank you for the subscription, man. That's cool. And that way you get to see all the stuff that we're going to be doing this season, which, we got a lot of stuff in the works, and that's great. And Mr. T Money, as always, dude, you the man. Steve from Talking Packers. We didn't disrespect your Packers, man. We got them in there. And actually,
I wanted to, but we keep it real.
And T Money pumped them up way high, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all great.
Need to go have them interviews for them PEDs, Get it out the way.
And so they got to August 25th, so they got about another 10 days. All right, Glass, as always, man.
Get that checked out.
You came through for your boys again and everything like that. Go ahead and put yourself over for the fans and let everybody know what's going on with you.
All right, fam. Thank you. Of course, we have a great show right here. Y'all know that. Thank you to all the Twitter hustlers out there. T Money, you the man. You the stat man. If we ever had a stat man, Steve, even though you're a Green Bay Packer fan, got nothing but love for you. Who is his name? Lewis who?
Hold on, you look it up again. Oh,
don't worry about it.
Rogers.
Hey man, thanks for joining in on the show. As always, this is your boy Glass from Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with us swag. And since we have you all here, I'm going to go ahead and advertise it real quick because I don't want to hear any excuses. We got the Pick 'em or Shut Up League on Yahoo Sports. Exclusive info for everybody on Get With It Sports and on TeamBoydTV. Go to Yahoo Sports. Click on the Pro Football Pick 'em League. The group ID is 4052. And the password is Pigskin Swag, capital P, capital S. If you got any questions, hit me up at the Twitter account at Get With It Sports. Check out the Facebook page at Get With It Sports. Blog page at getwithsports.wordpress.com. Have the NFL weekly picks over there for me and Brandon. And you can check us out on Spreaker. Search for Get With It Sports Media. You can see all the shows we have there. If you got any comments, questions, info on the Pick 'em or Shut Up League, anything, you can hit us up on the email address at getwithsports2. That's number 2 at gmail.com.
All I know is this year I ain't playing no games. That's
Man,
all I know. This year
know what? All y'all do, both you and JB be popping your gums, but I see the end result.
Hey, listen, for the first 5 weeks, I'm in the thick of things. I'm in the thick of things for the first 5 weeks, and then I don't know what happened, man. But you know what? I'm doing my homework. I'm not listening to Vernon. I'm doing, but honestly, I had it easy last year because my Panthers won every game. So I'm just saying it was pretty easy. But I don't know. But yeah, I know I'm.
Yeah. Whoa! You did not win every game.
Okay, you know what? I ain't even gonna do it, JB. I ain't even gonna do it.
I mean, I'm just gonna correct you every single time, man.
I'm not gonna do it. JB, go ahead.
All right.
Put yourself over, bro.
We ain't gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it, bro.
All right, okay. Real simple. First of all, thank you to everybody who watched the show. The new subscriber, T Money, man, you good. I don't know why you try to validate, man. Don't even But Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I know. Thanks for bearing with us through these divisional breakdowns. It's quite boring, but we have to do the drum up as part of it.
Yeah, but
if you've been watching, you know that. Right. But you can always find me here or on Twitter at Raven Shogun.
Yeah.
There you go.
AKA Mr. Salty. But that's okay. It's all gravy, right? It's all gravy.
How am I salty? You're the one that's a little salty, but
you know what? I have a little bit of salt towards the Atlanta Falcons, but it's all good. Listen, I was planning on once again the Black and Blue podcast. I've been delayed another week because I was going to do it Saturday night, and then I realized it was football on TV, and when nobody going to watch me, so I said, you know what? I ain't gonna compete with the NFL. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So
smart man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna back that up a little bit. But the Black and Blue podcast I got a lot of topics I want to talk about. Got a lot of people who I want to invite to be a guest on the show. Panther fans, if y'all checking this out, hit me up, man, at TeamBoydTV. Let me know, because I want to get y'all's reactions on a couple things that has been coming up in Panther Nation, including Glass. I don't know if you know about this, JB. I don't know if you know about this, but Thomas Davis showing his leadership skills in camp, jacking the young boys up, letting them know what time it is. A lot of stuff that's happening in the Panther camp that I kind of want to discuss with my people. But we got that coming. Me and Glass will be on your Facebook Live timeline on Wednesday morning. We're going to debate a couple things. A lot of stuff that came out of preseason week 1, among some other things that's going on in the NFL. We're going to talk about those things too. Anyway, I want to thank all you guys for joining us. And we're going to go ahead and get up out of here because I know JB trying to get to the gym. And we're going to... So, we will see y'all guys next Monday night. And like I said, come check us, me and Glass out on Wednesday. And then we got the Black and Blue podcast this weekend. Other than that, again...
Tell everybody who we got next week. AFC...
It's only one left. It's AFC East, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I think it is.
Hey, wait a minute. We didn't do the NFC East, or was I going
there? The NFC East is still left too. Yeah. So them the only two left.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's a lot of people that I know that want us to do that division.
We gonna do that division.
They want to hear all the nice things I may have to say
about the AFC East.
No, the NFC
about
East.
The NFC East.
The sorry ass NFC East.
Yeah, they're pretty pathetic.
Hold on, Glass. I wasn't implying that.
That's me. Well, I just didn't want to talk about the AFC East. Like, that's the one that I'm not looking forward to that. But, it is what it is. Anyway, you guys have been awesome, man. And we'll see y'all guys next week. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Yeah. You already know, but it's his though. Yeah. Look, check it out, y'all. Make sure you all peek the weekly live NFL show and watch it blow with host JB Glass.